Set up in your interpretation of a comfortable seat. And let's get started with our breath practice. In addition to whatever you're using to prop yourself up and get your hips above your knees, grab an extra block if you have it. And if you don't have a block, you could substitute a hardback book for this practice. And then any kind of weight or heavy blanket that you might like to use just to ground your energy a little bit more when we start to play with some of the more rapid breath work. In today's practice, I want to tap more into the idea of our breath as a tool for self-regulation, specifically how that affects the nervous system, our parasympathetic and sympathetic balance, and in turn, the organ system, the endocrine system, the hormones in our body, and the general balance of our energy and our mood. We all know that our breath has an effect on our energy, and then our energy has an effect on our breath rhythm. But knowing that and applying it in a moment when we feel out of center are two different things. When we enter a place of stress, heightened stress, often those skills that come naturally to us just kind of leave our brain. So our breath practice, our pranayama practice, is really a practice of gaining literacy within our breath and becoming really comfortable with the effort of bringing ourselves back to homeostasis. So we'll play a little bit with changing our rhythm. We will actually do a little bit of movement within the breath practice today. And I want you to really just pay attention. Pay attention to how you react, how you respond, and how, you naturally will change your breath in order to bring yourself back into a state of balance. And then how you can also start to play with your tools and apply them in moments when you need to come back to yourself. The first practice we'll do today is a practice of energy tapping. So we'll work with 3 points on the body, tapping with our fingers to stimulate some of the organ systems in the body and shift the energy that we are coming into our practice with. And just pay attention. It may feel profound, it may not. It doesn't really matter right now. I really care more that you begin to notice the subtle shifts that happen when you start to pay attention. The first point we will tap on is the K27 point of the kidney meridian, which is at the very top of the kidney meridian line. So you're going to come up to the bony inside of your collarbone and then walk your fingers down a rib, and just underneath you'll find a little divot that you can massage your fingers in. And just kind of press around for a moment, see how that feels. If it feels really tender, you might just continue to massage. Otherwise, you'll begin to tap with your fingertips. And let your eyelids close and just start to pay attention. So we know that the kidneys are our kind of battery packs, our energy sources in the body. It's seen that the essence that we come into the world with is stored within the kidneys, and that essence is what builds everything else within the body. So everything comes from the kidneys, everything comes from water. So as you tap on this point, just notice any subtle shifts in your energy, right? We're asking our kidneys to run in their proper direction, to move with efficiency so that we're not draining ourselves when we work or exercise or just move around, but rather we're able to build energy. Go ahead and stop, rest your hands on your legs. Take a few easy breaths here. You're just notice the local sensation of where you are tapping on your body. Notice any shift in energy without needing it to be anything other than what it is. The second point connects to your thymus gland. So take one of your hand, bring your fingers together like a little pincer, and then begin to tap right in the center of your chest. Let your eyes close. The thymus gland is really the house of the immune system. And so you can think of tapping here on your chest like knocking on the door of your immune system, asking it to wake up, to get to work, to do its job, and to keep you healthy. And release your hand, rest it down, take a moment, come back to your breath. The more we're able to tune into the subtleties of the shifts within us, the easier it becomes over time to notice with more quickness when we get off center. The third and final point connects to the spleen energy. Bring your fingertips to your low ribs, and then just beneath the line of the nipple, you'll find again a little divot and soft space between your ribs. If you've never touched this part of your body, it is likely to feel a little bit tender. So again, you may just want to massage a little bit until it's more comfortable. Otherwise, you'll start to tap. And if you're not sure if it's the right area, just give yourself some space, tap around. It's not going to hurt anything, and you'll probably eventually find it, right? Close your eyes, keep tapping. And now our spleen is connected to the emotions of worry, of anxiety. It's really a processing organ. So when we tap on our spleen reflex, we're really asking for clarity within our energy. So that should we have to get up and speak, should we have to have a conversation, we can do so from a place of calm demeanor and clarity of mind. Take a breath in, exhale out through your mouth. Rest your hands on your legs. Take a few natural breaths, again, just observing. Observing without looking for anything specific, but just noticing what comes into your attention. And then open your eyes when you're ready. Find yourself in a tabletop position. Now, as you can see, I've placed the sandbag on my ankles for a little extra grounding. If you have it, it's a great way to stabilize your low body and give your spine a little bit more freedom, because we're going to move through some pretty quick rounds of breath of fire. Now, with the goal in mind of 100 breath counts, do your best. You're going to begin to round your spine on your inhale, and then arch into a cow stretch looking up as you exhale. Take the first few rounds slowly just to get into the feel of the movement. And then you're going to begin to quicken the motion. Now this will heat your body up. This will make your breath more rapid. So do your best with it. Begin to add a powerful breath, Bastrika, bellows breath, active inhale, exhale. And then counting on your own, 100 breath counts in, out. Speed up when you feel comfortable, slow down when you need to, take a break anytime it feels too much. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come into neutral. Feel your hands and feet on the ground. Feel the movement of energy swirling around you. Notice your breath. Notice your heartbeat. And then bring yourself to sit back down. Coming back into your seat, slide your hands onto your kneecaps. So you shift a little forward into your pelvis, and then begin to stir around in your hips. Just close your eyes for a moment, travel your mind down into your basement, into the first floor of your body, and then feel this swirling around, clockwise motion, tipping to the front of the pelvis, rolling over to the right, sitting bone back to the tail and over to the left. And then continue swirling around, stirring your waters. Let your chest and head move as they need to. So we create a boundary of containment by holding onto the knees. And that enables a little bit more freedom of movement within the pelvis. And go ahead and switch the direction, just keeping an easy, gentle breath. Feeling for a full rotation, a full circle. And as you rotate yourself around, noticing which direction you easily go in and which ones you don't. And release your knees, come to sit upright. Grab your block, your sandbag if you have one. If you don't have a block, grab a book. We're gonna take our arms overhead, resting the block on the palms. So getting into this is probably the hardest part. Interlace your fingers, palms facing up, and then reach the arms overhead. If this becomes tiring, which it likely will, take a break just by resting the back of your hands onto the top of your head. Try and keep the hands up. Interlace your pinkies all the way to the webbing, and then think of pushing that block or book up towards the ceiling. Now we're going to move through the magic square in the hands here, just to take a moment to travel the mind through the body to reconnect in. So let your eyes close. Think of reaching your crown straight up towards the back of your hands. Think of reaching the block straight up towards the ceiling, so you find yourself on your plumb line. And you're going to travel your mind into your hand. So from the tip of your middle finger, trace down the center of your hand until you find the heel of your hand. Right in the middle is room 1. Press up into the block. From the heel of the hand in room 1, bounce your awareness up to your index finger knuckle. Connect it up towards the block. From the index finger knuckle, wrap your awareness around the back of the hand until you find about midway down the pinky edge of the palm. Connect it to the block. So we're at room 3. From room 3, find your pinky knuckle. See if you can reconnect your pinkies a little bit more so that the heart side holds together in room 4. From room 4, find the center of your palms, 5, pressing up. From 5, come to the knuckle of your thumb, the outer heel of the hand. From the knuckle of the thumb, find the space between the thumb and the index finger, room 7. From room 7, wrap around the back of the hand, find the lower outer heel of the hand right by your wrist, press it up, room 8. From room 8, come straight up through the middle, find your middle fingers, press them up. So we start to connect more. Always take a break if you need, but we're going to go through it one more time. Notice how your nervous system shifts as you hold the block overhead. Settle your breath as you need to make this sustainable for you. Knowing that you're in no danger here, it's just a bit of a test of your will. So once again, traveling your mind from the tip of the middle finger like that golden thread coming down through your crown until you find the center of the heel of your hand in room 1. Plug it into the block. From room 1, bounce up to the index finger knuckle, and like you're coming out of the bony part of the knuckle, the back of the hand. From room 2, wrap around the back of the hand to room 3, the middle of the pinky side of the palm. From room 3, reconnect your pinkies more in room 4. From room 4, find the middle of your palm, press it up. The thumb knuckle, press it up in room 6. The space between the thumb and the index finger, press it up in room 7. And then from room 7, wrap around the back of the hand with your mind until you find the lower edge of the pinky side of the hand right by the wrist. Press it up, room 8. And then from room 8, traveling your mind up through the center of the hand, straight out through the middle finger again. Connect the middle fingers, press them up into the block. And so you're organizing yourself through this pathway and the circuitry of the mind, one, organizing the mind itself, but also actually organizing the hand so that it stabilizes and holds your block up with less effort. Take a last breath in, and then as you exhale, slowly lower the block down towards your head. Take your time to place it back to the floor and just rest the back of your hands on your legs. Let all of that energy come back down into your body. Notice where you feel sensation. Check back in with your heartbeat, the rhythm of your breath. And then when you're ready, come into an eagle wrap of your arms. Take your left arm, wrap it under and around the right. See if you can grab a hold of your right wrist. If this double wrap doesn't work for your shoulders, just grab on to the wrist so you have that stability. And then let your right hand flap around. Just create a little space in the joint. And let yourself be a little flippant. And so we also do these practices where we intentionally throw ourselves out of structure, right? Where we intentionally heat ourselves up or make our breath erratic. Because in that process, we're training ourselves to come back, right? Make a fist with your right hand. Reach your elbows forward. And then you're going to move your elbows slightly over to the left as you throw your chin over your right shoulder. Rest your left wrist on your left temple and then try and lift your elbows a little higher. And we'll take breath of fire here. Full breath in. Full exhale out. Soft belly breaths. And then count 50 exhales here. When you reach 50, completely empty out. Squeeze your navel in. Bring your chin forward, unwind your arms, and extend your arms overhead. Hook one thumb in front of the other. Let your eyelids softly close. And then take a big breath in through your mouth. Seal your lips. Hold your breath in. Reach your fingertips up a little higher. Take another breath in through your nose. Stay full. See if you can sip 3 more little breaths in. Stay full, tuck your chin, reach up through the fingers, plugging your pelvis down into your prop. And then lifting your chin, release your hands. Take a moment again to check in. Observe new physical sensation, how your heart is beating and how your breath rhythm is moving. Just taking note, not making judgment, not criticizing, not analyzing. And then when you're ready, we'll just switch sides. So right arm will now come under and around. Hold on to your left wrist and let it move. Noticing the intelligence of one hand as opposed to the other. Which one moves more freely? Which one do you have to put a little bit more of your mental effort into? And then make a fist with your hand. Reach your elbows slightly forward, shift them over to the right now. Take your chin over your left shoulder. Rest your wrist just on your right temple as you lift the elbows higher. So you'll feel a little pressure here, but you should still be able to breathe comfortably. And taking a full breath in. Full breath out. Soft belly breath. And then one more time, 50 quick exhales. At 50, completely empty yourself. Stay empty. Bring your chin to neutral. Unwind your arms. Hook the other thumb in front overhead. Big breath in through your mouth. Fill up. Create more space for yourself by reaching the fingertips a little higher. Take another breath in through your nose. 3 quick inhales. Tuck your chin down, lock that breath in, feel the fullness of the breath swirling around you. Notice what that does to your heartbeat. And then lift your chin, release the breath out, rest your hands to your legs. It's keeping your eyes closed, noticing again, new physical sensation, any new breath rhythm or heartbeat that comes into your awareness. Open your eyes, extend your arms overhead, and then cross your right wrist in front of your left. Flip your hands so the palms face each other and interlace your fingers. Then start to stretch up through your knuckles, lengthening the size of your body. Just tip yourself over towards the left. Open your right side, root down through your right sitting bone. Then take it up and over to the other side, rooting down through your left sitting bone, stretch your knuckles over to the right. And then coming back upright, bend your elbows, and you're going to wring your wrist through. So knuckles will come forward down, slide up the center of the chest, and then reach out again. And then just do that slowly at first, taking the arms up and then wringing them out. And then as that becomes familiar, start to find a little bit of a rhythm. Finding a comfortable breath here as you move the arms. Try to keep the hands as tightly woven as you can. Playing a little bit with coordination, just stick with it. And then take your arms overhead. Reach your knuckles up, hug your arms around your ears again, and then begin to twist from side to side. So as you inhale, turn to the left. As you exhale, to the right. Bellows breath in and out. So think of yourself getting a little taller here, reaching the hands up more like you're going to spiral your way up through the ceiling. In, out, in, out. And let's count 50 breaths. When you reach 50, face forward again, take a deep breath in, stretch your knuckles up. Hold your breath in, take another one in through your nose. 3 sips through the mouth. And then exhale, let it go, release your hands. Rest the back of your hands to your legs, palms up. Notice whatever you notice. Listen in for the sound of your breath. You may even hear that ujjayi sound in the breath. Remembering that sound soothes the kidneys. And then when you're ready, arms overhead. And just switching, bring the left wrist in front. Interlace your fingers and see if you can find your non-habitual clasp. Stretch your knuckles up, reaching through the fingertips. Tip yourself over to the right. Open your left side body. And then come up to the other direction. Coming upright again, reach up through your knuckles, and then bend your elbows and sweep your arms through. Try and keep the hands tightly clasped. Go to just the extent of rotation that works for you. If you get stopped here, that's fine. Take 5 more. And when you finish your last 5, come upright again, reach the knuckles up, root your seat down, and then inhale to the left, exhale to the right. 50 breaths. When you reach 50, face forward, take a deep breath in, reach your knuckles up, hold your breath in. Sip a breath in through your nose. 3 sips through the mouth. And then let it go. Palms flat down on your legs now, soften your shoulders. Let that energy come back down. Feel the beat of your heart. Notice it. And now letting your breath start to slow down into a more balanced rhythm. Start to count out the length of your inhale and your exhale. So counting from 1 to 6 as you breathe in. Count down from 6 to 1 as you breathe out. Adjust the count to suit your breath today as you need. Find an easy, steady, slow counted breath. Equal inhale, equal exhale. Allow your mind to stay connected into the count as a way to tether yourself into your physical reality, to stay with yourself, to reconnect home to yourself. And in that reconnection, to settle back in. So if we have the capacity to heat ourselves up, to quicken our breath, to fire up our energy, and to really speed up our hearts, then we also have the capacity to bring ourselves back to middle, back to center from there. So we train ourselves by intentionally activating those stress responses, which get a bad rep, but are really, really useful and exist for a reason. So they need to function properly. We need to be able to alert ourselves when we're in actual danger or when there is a reason why we might need to run away. But we also need to know how to regulate that and bring ourselves back to a place of centeredness, of clarity, so we can assess if that danger is real. So take a last counted breath, counting up the inhale and down the exhale. And then when you finish, bring your hands together in front of your body, press and rub your palms. Take your hands, place them over your eyes, press into the rim of your eye socket. 3 big releasing breaths in through your nose. Exhaling a sigh through your mouth. Deep breath in. Exhale. And once again, inhale. Allow your lips to lightly seal. Release your hands. Open your eyes as you're ready, and we'll finish there.